can explain, Derek.
Nothing to explain, actually, Derek, old man.
Derek?
Jezebel.
Derek?
Steady on,
I don't
Derek.
want any explanations. They can only be lies.
They're not lies. Well, I mean, there won't be.
Actually, I was just practicing...
What were you practicing, Victor? Adultery?
Derek!
Reflexology. I was practicing reflexology. Mavis had a headache, didn't you, Mavis? And I was trying to relieve her. Using reflexology.
Pathetic.
I was.
He was.
I suppose I could kill you, Victor.
Oh.
Now, Derek, don't be silly.
Crime of passion. Husband finds wife with lover when husband's supposed to be away in Bedford. I'd probably get clean away with it.
He is not my lover, Derek.
Of course not, as if
doing
Mavis...
in my flat, in my house, with my wife. The minute my back is turned and on its way to Bedford. Dispatched there by him, I might add.
I called here, Derek, to see if you'd phoned.
You called to see if I'd phoned?
I did.
You couldn't have phoned to see if I phoned, I suppose, could you? You had to call in person.
Well, I was just passing.
Which he does quite a lot, don't you, Vic? He just passes.
All the time.
Doubly pathetic. Pathetic, pathetic.
Oh, it's true, Derek. He did. He called to see if you'd phoned, but I didn't know if you'd phoned.
No, because you were out when I phoned. And he was out when I phoned him, too. Having a cosy lunch together, were you? A little bit of prandial foreplay before the real action tonight?
Derek, that's enough. That's quite enough.
Yes, you're right, Mavis. It is enough. I've had enough of pathetic explanations. Quite enough.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm throwing you out. You cad. You desiccated bounder.
Derek, you're choking
Open the door, unless you want to go straight through it.
Shut it! Shut it! Get down the stairs!
How could you, Mavis? How could you? And with him.
Derek.
Oh, you've come to say goodnight, haven't you, Jamie?
Oh, little thing. Off to Bobo's, are you, Jamie?
She just said he is. And the word in English is bed, not Bobo's. God knows what language Bobo's is. It sounds like ruptured Eskimo.
Shut up. Good night, Jamie, love.
Say goodnight to Auntie Bet.
Oh.
He's 10 months old. He can only just girdle, let alone speak.
Ignore the nasty man. Good night, Jamie. Who's a lovely little coochie-coo. Alec,
Well,
say good night to Jamie.
he's 10 months
Alex.
old. Good night,
Jamie. See, he's grinning at you.
Yeah, he is.
Well, I can't see it.
Poor misguided, innocent little thing that he is. Night-night, Jamie.
Is it strictly necessary to bleat every time you see that child?
Yes, 'tis.
Aye. Well, I doubt bleating will be enough if his relatives come round looking for him. We'll need knobkerries and shillelaghs.
His mother's mob aren't coming round here, Alec. They don't know little Jamie's here.
Well, from what I remember of his midnight caterwauling, last time he turned this pub into a crash, they'd have to be stone deaf not to know he's here, even with town hall clock chiming.
You know you like the little lad. Stop doing your grumpy old grandad act. Anyway, if you're stopping in here, keep your ears skinned in case he starts striking. I'll leave door open. All right.
I'm landlord here, not a babysitter.
Derek. Derek, please speak to me.
There's nothing more to say. You've betrayed me.
I haven't betrayed you. I wouldn't have died first.
10, 15 minutes ago, I believed that, absolutely. Mavis is true and constant as a Swiss watch. I'd have told the world that, and meant it, because that's what I believed. But not anymore. Not since I came in and found you with that animal in an expressly compromising position.
It was only rubbing my foot for me.
Only rubbing your foot. Only rubbing your foot. Why was he rubbing your foot? Trying to find an erogenous zone, was he? Under the corn plaster?
I had my stocking on.
Yes, for how long?
I did have a headache, Derek. Honestly, I did.
Start that rubbish again. Headaches, reflexology. What's wrong with an aspirin? From what I could see, Victor, rubbing your foot was having an effect on virtually every other part of your body except your head.
Well, I'd only been rubbing it for a minute or two.
Oh, really? He's missed his way then. She'll be working in the massage parlour.
Oh, please believe me, Derek.
Tell me this then, Mavis. How did that man get up here, in our flat, to be in a position to be rubbing your foot?
Like he said, he called to see if you'd phoned.
And you said, goody goody gumdrops, why don't you come upstairs and rub my foot?
I said no such thing. I felt sorry for him.
Felt sorry for Victor the viper.
He's a very lonely person, Derek.
So everybody you think might be a bit lonely you invite up here to rub your foot, do you? Making sure first I'm on my way to Bedfordshire, of course.
Derek, I know how it must have looked to you, but it was all quite innocent. Girl guides honour.
You must think I'm a complete fool if you expect me to believe all that rubbish about headaches and reflexology. It'll be laughed out of court.
Court?
Well, that's where the betrayal of one's marriage vows usually leads, isn't it? Divorce court.
Derek.
If you don't mind, I'd like to be left alone with the bones of my shattered life.
Please.
You owe me that at least, Mavis. You owe me my dignity.
To the future in our new home.
Aye.
Come on now, say it.
Oh, to the future in our new home.
Oh, not bad.
Wants to be at that price and all.
Go now, see what the Dover soul like. Come on, sit
Dover
down.
Soul? How much were that?
I am not telling you. I've got a new mission in life, Alf Roberts. Now that I've got you moving from here to somewhere half decent,
Aye.
I'm going to get rid of your penny-pinching ways.
Penny careful ways, if you don't mind. There is a difference.
Where'd you get it from? I mean, were your mother a careful person?
Oh, aye, she were that. Do you know, when we had boiled eggs for tea, her and me and my dad, she'd only boiled two. I mean, she had the tops off mine and my dad's.
Oh, well, I'm not your mother. From now on, we're going to have the best wine in the shop. We are going to live according to our means. You are not going to be the richest corpse in the cemetery, and I'm certainly not, right?
Yes, Audrey. Hey, how much for this melon? It's an organ, isn't it?
Oh,
Derek, are you all right?
Leave me alone.
Would you like something to eat?
It'd choke me.
Would you like a drink or something?
Go away.
Hiya. How's he doing?
Brilliant. Put him to bed and he were asleep in 2 secs. What about you? Marie and her brother not showing up?
Nah.
Perhaps they were just making a lot of noise. They've no intentions of trying to snatch Jamie.
Happens though.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying it doesn't. But he's safe here, though, isn't it?
But is there any chance of me seeing him?
Yeah, I'm sure there is. Beth? Is it all right if Eddie nips to see Jamie?
Yeah, of course he can, love.
See, now squeak out of it.
And where do you think you two are going?
Eddie's going upstairs to see Jamie.
Doesn't take two of you, does it? It's the first on the left at the top of the stairs, Eddie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right, Mr. Gilroy.
We weren't going to dive in bed together, you know, Alec.
Still, it's just as well to remove all temptation, isn't it? Modern youth being what it is. And he does have an outdoor job, you know. Plenty of fresh air and exercise. Hey, none of his Sicilian mates have turned up in there, have they?
Sicilian mates?
Yeah, it's a hobby with Sicilians, kidnapping. Or is it Corsicans? Anyway, it's one of them overeated Mediterranean countries.
No, they haven't.
That were quick.
I'm not allowed upstairs with Eddie, according to Alec.
Well, he knows how unbridled he gets himself when he gets upstairs.
You're joking.
I'm not, love. Especially now the crocuses are out. One whiskey, my love. Out on the town, are we? Are we?
Just having a quiet drink, that's all.
How's bag business going?
Could be better, could be much better. If I could get any cooperation, which I can't, I could be making bags now. I'm not standing here.
Sorry I mentioned it.
Can't you forget about business for a couple of hours? God, you've got a one-track mind, Mike.
Surely you realise that, darling.
That's going a bit too far, don't you think?
What is, Percy?
Working that sweatshop of yours over that cafe at night as well as all day.
What's it got to do with you if I ran it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week?
I'll tell you what it's got to do with me. I'm a regular customer in that cafe.
Yeah, I had noticed.
And this afternoon, a piece of plaster from that ceiling dropped on my toasted tea cake. Obviously, vibration from that machine you've got up there. I mean, if you don't believe me, ask young Gale.
Did she charge you extra for this bit of plaster?
No, of course she didn't.
Your lucky day then, isn't it?
Look, I'm sorry, he's a bit overtired.
He's a clever devil. It is graceful having machinery over a cafe itself, has it?
Yes, Chucky Butties.
Where's Smockduck?
Night off.
Ah, well, it's lucky for him. Anyway, I've got a long memory. I'll tell you what I don't understand, though. How he ever dreamed up this idea himself, spreading a lie about a mini-market opening over the street.
I don't know of anybody else being involved, Alf, truly.
Come on, Alf, I'm dying of thirst here.
Oh, pint of bitter and...
Courvoisier.
I didn't think you could even pronounce that.
I've been practicing, haven't I, Alfie?
Derek, where are you going?
Out of this flat.
Oh, Derek! Derek!
All quiet. No one in wearing balaclavas throwing stun grenades.
Alf there wants a refill.
So,
Give him one.
can't you serve him?
No. I didn't tell you. He suspects Jacko had a confederate.
Alf? Audrey? What a pleasure it is to see you in here.
Well, I was in here at lunchtime, actually, Alec.
Yes, of course you were.
Pint of bitter, please.
Right.
Hey, Alec.
What?
I suppose you happen to know who put Duckworth up to giving me a second heart attack.
I wish I did, Alf. I wish I did. What a mean, callous trick it was, eh? Mind you, it's typical of the sense of humour of the lower orders, isn't it, eh? I mean, they used to laugh and giggle at public hangings, didn't they? No, seriously, Alf. If Jacko has upset you, you, a valued customer, not to mention your dear wife, of course, I feel strongly enough to point him up the road. I really do.
Oh, no need for that.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah, look, let bygones be bygones.
Well, if you say so, Alf.
Bye, Gilroy. You're a fully paid up ashtray, aren't you?
No, just an honours graduate in human psychology.
Yes, love.
Double scotch.
Please.
Please.
You did say a double.
Yes, I did.
All right. Don't bite me head up.
What's Derek doing here? He's supposed to be in Bedford. Oh, isn't that sweet? What? He's driven all the way back to be with her. Couldn't bear to be apart, just for one night.
They were acting as if they were glued together this morning. Hang on. I'll go and pull his leg.
You weren't away very long after all then, Derek.
Long enough, though. Oh, yes.
Pardon?
Long enough for the mouse to have started playing.
Mouse? What mouse?
Your bosom friend, Mavis. I came home unexpectedly, didn't I? Catch her with Victor in the flat, together. It was obscene.
There you are, love. Pig ignorant with you as well, were he? Must be me.
What's the matter? Well, you might well ask. I mean, he's raving on over there about finding Mavis and Victor together in their flat.
What? I don't believe a word of it.
Why would he say it? Do you think one of us should go and see if Mavis is all right?
Yes, I do. I'll go.
Derek! Oh, it's you.
Derek's in the Rovers.
Did he tell you?
Yes, he did. Is it true?
What did he tell you?
That he found you and Victor here together?
Yes.
Well, how did he manage that when he's supposed to be in Bedford?
I never thought to ask him.
Anyway, the $64 question is, what was Victor doing here?
Well, he was just trying to cure my headache.
How was he,
With reflexology.
Interesting.
I mean, He was only rubbing my foot for me, Rita.
Rubbing your foot? And Derek walked in on all this foot rubbing?
He was very angry. He threw Victor out.
Derek did? He must have been angry.
Well, he thinks there's something going on between Victor and me.
Well, it must have come as a shock to him, Mavis, walking in and finding Victor rubbing your foot. There isn't anything, is there, going on?
No, of course there isn't.
Hey, come on, Mavis, you've had these two dangling from the same peg before.
I'm married to Derek now.
Yeah, of course you are.
How was Derek in the Rovers?
Drinking double whiskies and looking very sombre.
Oh.
Hey, Mavis, how do you do it? I mean, you of all people. How do you get yourself in these situations? You're better at it than Zaza Gabor.
He called me a Jezebel. Talked about divorce.
Well, when he cools down, he'll see how daft he's been.
Oh, do you think so, Rita? Because I don't want to lose him. I love him.
Of course you do. And you won't lose him. You and Derek were made for each other, like a cup and its handle.
I'll have a pint, please.
Come on, I'll have a pop for a change.
I'll have an orange juice, ma'am. You'll have a gin in it. No, have you got that out? Oh, I'll have another pub.
Yes, I heard.
So, he's out for resigning himself then to this mini-market opening?
Oh, don't talk about it. Honestly, it's a very touchy subject, mind you. It was just a big daft joke.
I could have swore I heard a story about another off-licence opening in that shop.
Don't you dare, Martin.
What's that about an off-licence?
Off-licence? I think you must be hearing things.
Right. So you've definitely been moving to Grasmere Drive then?
Oh, yes, I'm just seeing me in the conservatory now.
Oh. I didn't know it had a conservatory.
Well, it hasn't yet.
Cheers, Alf. What's this?
Cheers, lovely.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, no snags after I've left the cafe?
No.
Right, see you in the morning. Night,
Yes.
Still out of work then, Ivy?
Yes, why?
I was just wondering why, when there was so much work in the rag trade, you were finding it difficult, that's all.
Well, there's one job I won't be applying for, that's with you.
I wouldn't go making rash statements, Ivy. You never know when you may have to come crawling to me for one.
Come on. I'd rather starve than work in the rabbit hutch. You don't know you appropriate, girl. I don't
I'm
want
getting to the end of me tether,
Oh,
Albert.
come on. Now, this is supposed to be a celebration, not a break. Honestly,
Here's the Grasmere.
No, not now.
Here's the Grasmere.
How was she? Well, you can imagine. Is it true? Was she with Victor? Well, strange as it may seem, she was. But it was all very innocent. It's just Derek making a tack into a 6-inch nail, as usual. I don't think he's moved an eyelid since you left. He's just stared into space. Well, I promised Mavis I'd go and try and talk some sense into him. You wouldn't like to go, would you? No. Well, wish me luck.
You were very naive, Mavis.
Pardon?
Said you were very naive.
Naive. I don't...
Inviting Victor up here, whatever the reason.
Well, it was done in all innocence, Derek. Honestly, it was.
That's exactly it, Mavis. You are an innocent abroad.
Am I?
The wiles, the subterfuges, the appetites of men like Victor Pendlebury. They're a foreign language to you.
Well, I wouldn't quite say
I can
that.
see that now, having talked to... Having considered the facts of the matter very carefully, I see that you were indeed the innocent party.
Oh, I was, Derek, I was.
I bet it never for one moment occurred to you, did it? What was in that man's mind?
He said he just wanted to cure my headache.
And you believed him, implicitly.
Of course I did.
That says it all, Mavis. Says it all. You know, I really think we ought to wrap you in pink cotton wool. You're too delicate, too innocent a creature to be allowed to roam at will in this nasty, brutish world.
Oh, Derek.
But there is one criticism I must make. One stricture I must level at you, Mavis.
Oh.
You have a lot in common with Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe?
You are not aware of the power of your sexuality, Mavis. Over lonely, pathetic creatures like Victor Pendlebury. So if you just remember that in future. A smile, a twinkle in your blue eyes.
Greyish blue.
And passions are aroused, Mavis. All right?
Yes, Derek.
Good.
Is that it?
Is that what?
The end of the matter?
I must just see Victor Pendlebury tomorrow and tell him what to do with his job, and then I think we can put it all behind us. You know, I'd quite like a nice cup of cocoa, and perhaps one of your fairy cakes.
Derek,
Yes, maybe.
did you mean it when you called me a Jezebel?
You are a Jezebel, Mavis, definitely. Albeit unwittingly.
Well, so come in a bucket.
I'm telling you, it's costing me a fortune.
Yes, love.
Does Eddie Ramsden come in here?
Well, he's in here tonight. Somewhere.
Marie, what are you doing here?
Looking for you. Where is he?
Who?
You know who. Jamie. He's not at your mother's because I've just been there.
Okay, let's sit down, shall we? Do you want a drink?
No.
So, that's Jamie's mother.
Do you think a brother and his mates are
Here
outside?
we go! Here we go! Here we go!
It's time we're going.
An hour since.
Do you know what I'm going to miss most about this street? What? You, Captain Webster, because I think you are beautifully formed.
Well, thank you very much. Form? The form.
Shut up! No, I love that little moustache.
Oh, come on, Audrey Roberts. You can come again.
Oh, we're going to start a new life, aren't we, Alfie? Hang this.
We are, love, yes, come on.
Hurry up, love. Bye.
Well, you gotta give me Mum credit. She never gives up.
Well, how long it'll be before she gets fed up of Grasmere Drive?
Why won't you tell me where he is?
Because it's naught to do with you or your brother.
It's my son.
He stopped being your son when you went up and left him with me.
You've got no right to hide him from me.
Have every right. Your brother's made threats.
Please, Eddie, I'm not making any threats. I just want to see him.
No.
Right then. We'll have to see, won't we?
I thought you weren't making any threats.
Well, I am now.
Tina, somebody.
What?
That kid's yelling its head off.
What kid? My kid. It's my kid. I'm coming, love.
Nice one, Alec. I don't think.
What?
You might just have blown little Jamie's cover.
And we're back in Coronation Street at the same time tomorrow. Next up today, more soap opera from Emmerdale.